Welcome to my channel. Welcome to today's collective tarot love reading. I have your cards ready. I am going to deep dive and explain in detail by way of the cards what's going on with both you and your person. So let's go. Your crowning card today is Temperance. Temperance pertains to both you and your person. What Temperance is about is learning to trust in oneself and the universe that this is the correct path to happiness, bliss, and true and real love. Is to gain knowledge and understanding about knowing oneself and one's knowing. One's internal compass and one's internal guidance, because it will never fail you. Learning to overcome obstacles and challenges, to build self-empowerment, self-confidence, self-esteem, self-love, and self-worth. The requirements, Temperance. Now you're coming in with the Queen of Wands. And so what the Queen of Wands is talking about here, collective, your person didn't see you this way in the past here. You were attractive to your person, but what it can kind of talk about there in your reading is in the past your person may have seen you as quite cocky, a bit of a show-off here. And this is their perception here, collective. Okay, because what it talks about there is your person was still in a holding on to negative patterns and habits. And this had to do with your person's thinking, their actions, their heart space here, collective, because you did trigger your person. All right. But when you triggered your person, it turned into a negative. That's what it's talking about here. And what your person didn't know here, collective, is that they had to gain understanding from that negative here, collective. That's what, in order to get the truth here. Not the truth about you, but the truth about themselves is what it talks about here in your reading. Like I said, gaining knowledge and understanding about oneself and one's inner knowing. This is what it talks about here in your reading, because in the past, what it also talks about here, collective, is your person asked others for advice here and guidance. They didn't trust in themselves and the universe that this was the correct path, that you were the one, the correct person. They definitely know that now. See, it comes in as your person wanting changes in their life, wanting positive changes. But that positive change had to do with a cycle your person was already in. This is how it's coming in here, collective. And so when you came along, yeah, boom, bang, your person got triggered here, but it wasn't enough for them to come out of that comfort zone here, collective, because your person didn't get it. They didn't connect the dots here. That cycle that your person was in here, that program, that outdated belief system had to end. That's what it talks about here in your reading. But they didn't want it to end. This was their perception. No, I don't want the cycle that I'm in to end. I want it to change. And with Temperance coming in, Temperance is saying here, no, trust. Trust. That's what it's talking about here in your reading. Now, in terms of yourself here, collective, you had to. There was nothing else to do here, collective. You had already ended out a past cycle, or you were working through death and transformations here, collective, which is why you're coming in as the Queen of Wands. Here, of course, this can talk about your appearance here, collective, but it's not just that. See, to get to the Queen of Wands for yourself here, collective, talks about confidence here, talks about overcoming obstacles and challenges, because those obstacles and challenges was about you having to truly focus on yourself and really look at yourself here, collective, and your own negative patterns and habits here that were associated to fear here, collective, of a past pain, hurt here, collective, and fear, a past heartbreak and loss here. You had to face your own negatives, like I said, and you had to trust in yourself and the universe that this was the correct path to happiness, to bliss here, collective, to true and real love. But even though you've gone through transformations, what it's talking about here in your reading, collective, is that you have to keep going. That's not the end point. This is what your reading is saying. It didn't end when you ended out a past cycle. There was still more to learn about oneself and one's internal compass here, collective, internal guidance. What it's talking about here in terms of the Queen of Wands is you created your own new beginning. There's a depth to you here, collective, and I'm going to keep going. Now you're coming in with the Magician card, and so what the Magician card is talking about here in terms of your person here, collective, there's a way in which this has to be done. If they are wanting a shot with you here, because the Magician card talks about self-mastery, and self-mastery here, collective, is to master one's own emotions, one's thinking here. It's about facing your own negative attachments, and I talk about that on the channel, collective, so that you release and transmute that. But what you've also got to know, collective, is what is it attached to? And why is it attached to that here in your reading? Because negative here, collective, is attached to the way in which you think, the way in which you feel, and the actions that you take here, and how you apply it to your everyday life here, collective, because what you put out is what you get back in here. That's what it talks about here in your reading. And like I said, to trust in the universe, to trust in yourself that this is the correct path to happiness here, collective, to bliss, to true and real love here in your reading. Which can be seen here, collective, as the correct path for the Magician. Because with Temperance coming in here, collective, it does talk about requirements. That's what it's saying here. It's about knowing the truth about oneself. All right, collective, and this is what your person has to understand. Now, what it also talks about here in your reading, collective, is your person sees you. You have your person's attention. Coming in with the Magician. Let's keep going. Now you're coming in with the Ace of Cups here, collective. All right. Now what the Ace of Cups talks about is self-love here. See, what it's saying here in your reading is that for you here, collective, you had to learn your lessons, and your lessons had to do with a past cycle, a past program, and even an outdated belief system here, collective, in terms of what love was meant to look like, how you show love here, collective, how you and what love is meant to feel like here. Now's not a time here to go back to that past way of doing things and looking for love outside of yourself. It has to be about you loving you, self-love here, collective, self-confidence here, because this is where it's all going to come from. And like I said, your internal knowing will never fail you. And this is something you have to be aware of, because this is part of the Ace of Cups here, collective, is part of the requirements. But even though you get there, coming in with temperance, what I'm picking up here, collective, is even though you get to that point where you crack your heart space open, that ain't the end point. This is what it's talking about. You have to dig deep here and keep moving forward. That's what I'm getting. This had to be done correct, is what it talks about here. This Ace of Cups here, collective, is appreciation. And you appreciate your person because they gave you that push that you needed to come out of a comfort zone here, collective. And finally face the truth about you here and work on oneself here, collective. Self-mastery, the magician. Now, what it talks about in terms of your person is that if they want this cup of love, because they didn't take it in the past, collective, if your person wants your cup of love here, collective, they too have to trust. They too have to end out a past. They too need to know the truth about them. Oh yeah, you have admirers here, collective. Okay. All right, let's keep going. Now you're coming in with the Ace of Pentacles. And so what the Ace of Pentacles is talking about here for both you and your person, what I'm getting here, collective, is that you had to work on this. This had to be full commitment. These changes here, collective, that's what it talks about. Ending out your own negative here. Your own negative patterns and habits. This was a full-time job. That's what I'm getting here in your reading. Now, coming in with the Ace of Pentacles here, it talks about the changes that you're making here and the changes that you've made because you're coming in as the new beginning here. And your person wants to come in as a new beginning too. To come in as changed, come in as better, coming in as being different here, collective, here. Now, what it talks about there is that even though you've made changes here, collective, I must come in with you first. Even though you've made changes, you still can't put a foot wrong. You have to show discipline. You have to show restraint is what it talks about here in your reading. And what that talks about there, collective, is not allowing other people to tell you who you are and what you are here. Because it's coming in as people wanting to tell you what to do. See, it's with the Ace of Pentacles, what it talks about there is the intention. What was the intention for making these changes here? That needs to be upheld here, collective. The Ace of Pentacles. Discipline is what it's talking about here in your reading. So there's a way in which it has to be done when, like I said, requirements when it comes in with temperance. Here in your reading, yeah, you've ended out a past cycle here, collective. Please be with me. But that's not the end point. Now that you've got this new beginning, now that you're in this new beginning, collective, this new cycle, there are still requirements there. That's what it talks about. Your person is going through a wake-up call, here collective, that they have to, well, they have to end out a past cycle. That's what it's saying, a past program. Here in your reading. See, this new beginning, this new you, here collective, what it talks about there in your reading is that you're not making it towards your person. Here in your reading, this, in terms of temperance, here, in terms of the requirements, this Ace of Pentacles, this new you, this new beginning, here collective, it's different is what I'm getting. It's about what you are creating. This is what it talks about here in your reading. Yeah, of course, the intention in the beginning was your person to go towards your person change, to go towards your person different, and it's still your intention. Okay? But this Ace of Pentacles is talking about something else, here collective, and that needs full commitment. This new beginning. Now you're coming in with the Eight of Wands, and so what this is talking about here, the Eight of Wands collective, is you're getting attention here. This is both positive and negative here in your reading. This forward momentum here collective, what it talks about there, you're also coming in with Cupid's arrows here, which is why I'm saying you're getting attention here. But it's also creating tower moments here collective. What I get with the Eight of Wands is that even though you're attracting attention, whether it be positive or negative here collective, you're still not judging. You're still not blaming here. You still do not react, or do you hold any kind of resentment, because you're coming in with compassion. You're coming in with empathy. And if you've ended out your own negative patterns and habits here collective, it's talking about that knowledge and understanding here about knowing oneself. Well, it's saying here it helps you to know what others are going through here in your reading. And that's all part of that Ace of Pentacles in terms of the discipline here. That's what I'm getting. It's like saying, don't think that you're better here. Just because you have a new beginning, just because you have a new cycle here. These are things your person has no idea about you here collective. All they see is that you've got a new beginning here in your reading. Yeah, that's what it talks about here collective. This is what Temperance is saying here in your reading. There are requirements. Don't think that you're better. Don't think that you're more than others. Others that don't have what you have here. Come in with compassion. Be compassionate. Show empathy here. That's what it talks about. And appreciate. And appreciate here, collective. Well, of course it's your person. You've got to appreciate your person because they were the motivation behind everything that you do here, collective. But appreciate the start point. Appreciate where you came from. That's what it can be talking about here, collective. In terms of temperance, the requirements here. All right? Now you're coming in with the Wheel of Fortune here, collective. Now what the Wheel of Fortune is talking about here, collective, is coming out of a past cycle. This does have to do with your person here. They have to create changes in their life. This is what it talks about. Otherwise, they're going to stay in that cycle that they're already in here. if they haven't already. Your person has to choose themselves. Your person, like I said, in terms of temperance, they have to trust in themselves and the universe that this is the correct path to happiness, bliss, and true and real love. Here in your reading. Because your person wants a new cycle with you here, collective. You're coming in with the Queen of Pentacles here. And so what the Queen of Pentacles is talking about here, collective, is you work. And you work really hard. It talks about putting that time into it here, collective. This is where you gain your strength and your courage, is what it talks about. Yeah, you came in with the Queen of Wands here, collective, but there's forward movement here, all right? And there's changes, there's huge changes that are happening here. And there's a huge, with this change here, collective, there's a huge shift within you. That's what it talks about, because you don't follow tradition. You don't follow an outdated belief system here, collective. Nor do you follow a past program here in your reading. What it also talks about here, collective, is people don't know what you've been through. People don't know what you get up to. That's for real here in your reading. I'll talk more to that. You're coming in with the Moon card here, collective. The Moon card is talking about the truth here. And the truth here is negative patterns and habits when you come in with the Moon card. The truth about one's feelings here, it comes in as your person not speaking the truth, holding on to their feelings, holding back here, collective, is what it's talking about. They know they have feelings for you, collective, and your person gets triggered. What it also talks about here in terms of the Moon card is your person doesn't know what you do. Here. And the lengths you have to go in order to do it. Okay, collective? Because you're stable here. Coming in with the Queen of Pentacles here. But you have to show some kind of discipline, some kind of restraint here, collective. Yeah. It talks about in terms of your money, making money here, collective, you have to be mindful on how you make that money. That's what I'm getting. It has to be reciprocal. What you put out is what you get back. It's coming in like that here, collective. Yeah. Cause and effect here, collective. See, it's not just about making money, getting money. You have to be accountable. That's what it talks about. You have to be accountable and you have to be responsible as to how you make your money. All right, collective. Now you're coming in with the 10 of Pentacles here, collective. 1 minute. Wow. Quite balanced, are you? Is what it talks about here. You're very ambitious, is what it talks about, and your person knows that. You want to build your own foundation. Here, yeah, of course, you need someone else to come in with the 10 of Pentacles here, collective, unless you are a business owner. Here. You're ruthless, you strive, here, collective, and you're very ambitious. Your person knows that, here, collective. Now, just before I end it out with your last card, here, collective, I just like to say I offer counselling, mentorship, advice, programs, and tarot readings. If you're interested, please check out the details in the description box below this video. I am not just a tarot reader. Last card. You're coming in with the 5 of Swords. The 5 of Swords here, collective, is your person here in your reading. They have to trust. They have to learn to trust. Trust in themselves and the universe that this is the correct path to happiness, bliss, and true and real love. They can't control it. They can't listen to other people. Here in your reading. All right, I'm going to end it out there. Thank you so much for watching. Join us in the Facebook group, and I will catch you later. Bye.